Hey there, it is Friday night and I stopped on my way home to get some groceries at Detweiler's, and I decided to quick show you what I got because I think I'm going to be meal prepping some tomorrow or just doing various things with my groceries. So I figured I would show you what all I got tonight and then head over, and tomorrow I'll start filming again just with some meal, like some food prep sort of things. So, gonna try to run through this fairly quickly. I got sweet corn and I have a mountain here. Brussels sprouts, and then also green beans. These will all be for like dinners spread through next week. So, not sure when exactly. I didn't meal plan this week, but I didn't meal plan yet for next week, but I just grabbed a couple random vegetables for dinners. I also got some things to make wellness shots. This week I felt like, well, just not good in general, but just like I was very low on energy. So I got some ginger. I wanted turmeric, but they didn't have any at the store, and I was like, oh well, that's fine. I think I have some powder I can put in, and then I also got spinach to add, apple, and a lemon. So I will be making wellness shots with those. Sorry, the lighting's probably not so great in here. I got some cherries to eat throughout the week and some oranges. I think these are tangerines maybe. I got some things to make breakfast sandwiches. So I got some bagels, I got some sausage, and then also some cheese that will be for them, but also for random like sandwiches or something, wraps throughout the week. So that's what that's for. I have plenty of eggs that I'm going to use up tomorrow for the breakfast sandwiches. I had them left over from last week. I didn't use many eggs. So Dijon mustard just because we were out and I like to have it on hand. I got some applewood ham just for like random sandwiches or wraps throughout the week to go with that cheese. And then I have some tortillas for wraps throughout the week and also for dinner tonight. I also got some of this stir fry meat, which is just cut up steak, and I'm planning to make fajitas tonight. And then I got some carrots and some peppers for lunches, snacking, whatever throughout the week. We're almost there. I got some orange juice. Love having orange juice in the mornings. And then more raw milk. I decided to get some more. I feel like I need lots of minerals this week, so or this next week going into the weekend. I also got some bananas for breakfast or just snacking, whatever. So that is it, I think. I will see you tomorrow. Alright, good morning. It is Saturday morning. It's like probably 7:45. I think Milo left for work at 5 or 5:30 this morning, and I think it was like 5. And I haven't been asleep since. I was like, I got up to pack his lunch, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to bed and sleep for a couple hours. I'll get up around like 8:30. Couldn't sleep. So I've just been laying there trying to be like, okay, should I just get up? And finally I was like, okay, I'm gonna get up and get ready, and then I'm just gonna start my day. If I need to take a nap later, that's fine. I don't know what is going on because I've had such a long week that I feel like I should have slept in, but it's fine. I feel pretty good this morning, so we're gonna start. As you can tell, it's like a little messy around here. It's not too bad. It'll just take a quick straighten up. So I'm gonna do that before I get started in the kitchen because, like I've mentioned before, I like to work in a clean space. I don't like to work when things are all over the place. So I'm going to start by, hold on, Edmond's chewing on something. Let me just like take a peek and make sure it's nothing. No. Yep. Oh no. Bad boy. Get down. You are not allowed up there. You know it. That's a bad boy. No, no. No, no. Oh, my Lanta. He was so eager to be out of his cage this morning. And then he jumped up and just chewed one of my cookies. It's like, it's not ruined. It's just, you can tell it has bunny bites out of it. So, oh well. Parts of having a bunny. But anyways, I'm gonna clean up first. That's my first priority, and then I'm gonna start in the kitchen. Edmond, What are you doing? No, no. Get down right now. You are not allowed up there, and you know it. That's a bad boy. Oh my Lanta. He's not allowed on the couch because if he jumps on the couch, he will pee on it. He does normally like pretty good, but there's certain places, if he goes there, he's gonna pee, and the couch is one of them. So, we don't allow him on the couch. Edmond, don't go up there. Okay. Anyways, I feel like I have a child. A couple things I want to get done in the kitchen. I want to make granola. Mylan is a big fan of cereal, and I'm not a big fan of cereal because a lot of it's just so unhealthy and it has so many ingredients. So I'm gonna make some granola, and hopefully that's like a better option for him in the mornings for a quick grab. I'm also gonna be making some breakfast sandwiches. That's also gonna be better. It'll take a little longer because you have to like heat it up, but not much. So I'm gonna make some of those too for myself. I don't know if Mine will eat them or not. Hi, Addie. Oh, I'm gonna make the wellness shots that I talked about yesterday. And then I think that's it. I'm gonna pull the meat out of the freezer for next week. I thought that I had more in the kitchen to prep. Oh, I know what it was. I didn't write it down because I forgot. I'm gonna prep my fruit and veggies for the week. So whether that means cutting or I'm trying to think of what I have even. Cutting or picking off or whatever, and then putting in little containers or just a big container. I'm gonna be doing some of that for the next, like kind of like this weekend and the next week. So other than that, I don't know. I might kind of go through my pantry. It's so easy to kind of forget what you have, especially I grew up like just stocking my pantry and then kind of looking at my pantry and seeing what I had. But I want to try doing more of like being intentional, using what I have and then only buying what I need and not just like stocking the pantry. I feel like sometimes Edmond, no. That's a bad boy. You have plenty of things to chew on. You're not allowed to chew that. No. You're gonna go in your pen if you're naughty. Oh my Lanta. Chewing on the cookbook again. Anyways, I don't even know where I was. I'm just gonna get started. It's a beautiful morning. Maybe I'll head outside to my garden for like a couple minutes. And we'll see about Edmond. I don't know what to do with him. So beautiful outside this morning. I do not get the chance to just sit around outside and well actually that's not completely true. There are some mornings that I don't have to get up as early that I could come outside and sit outside. But I normally sleep in on those mornings if I don't have to be out the door till like 9 or like 8:45, then I don't get up early. I probably should. It'd probably be really good for me. But I haven't in a long time, and it's just so relaxing and so nice. And it's pretty cool this morning. It's not bad at all, so that's definitely a plus. I should also go in my garden today. I don't know if you can kind of see it back there. I haven't been in it in a couple days, so I should just check up on everything. I think my carrots should be like close to ready to harvest. I don't know if they are or not. I don't know when I planted them even, but technically I think they should be ready if they even grow. For some reason I feel like there's just a sprout growing, like the little top thing, and there's gonna be no carrot underneath for some reason. I don't know how that works, but that's just my gut feeling. So we'll see if I get any carrots or not. But yeah, I should go in and get started on cleaning up, but it is very beautiful out here this morning. Messy with all the hay here. He's just chilling up on his cage. I put him in because he's being naughty and driving me crazy. But I would like to scoot back a little, extend his space all the way over to here. I feel like, excuse me, his pen is okay for if we let him out a lot, but I've been working a lot of longer days and I just really like if he had some room to play around, and I feel like his litter box takes up a lot of that room. So I would really like if we could extend it. And I found some really cute like options for some extra like houses or things that we could get him and to replace just the cardboard box that we have. And so I'm gonna talk to Mylan about it when he gets home tonight, but I'd really love to give him a little house makeover sometime. But anyways, I do need to clean it up. I want to sweep all the hay out and things. It just goes everywhere somehow. Most of it like down here is actually me when I'm trying to put the hay in there. It's not actually him. He's a pretty neat guy, so he's checking me out now, aren't you? Alright, so I started by just tidying up the living room, putting everything back in its place, and then I started working on Eddie's cage. I didn't record it all because it took a long time. But what we ended up doing is just taking the cage out and letting him completely free roam, so we don't have a cage at all for him. We did set up a little fence in the living room to keep him out of the downstairs area, so we're just trying it out and we're going to see how frequent he has accidents or, yeah, what it's like. I decided to start actually with the wellness shots first, just because I felt like, I don't know, I felt like doing it first. So this is what I'm doing first. I'll show you what I've got here. I've got, so the recipe I seen was actually just a reel on Instagram, and I'm not quite doing it the same. I'm using a green apple that I just quartered, a lemon that I quartered, and some garlic and some ginger. I think I have too much ginger, but I think I'm just gonna throw it all in and call it good. I was supposed to also have turmeric, but they didn't have any. So let me grab it. I have some turmeric powder that I'm just gonna add a little bit in, and then I also decided to add spinach. This was not part of the recipe, but I decided to add it in anyways. And I'm a little fearful because I have, this blender is amazing, but it's small, so I might have to do like, I'm not sure, we'll see, 2 batches or something. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in the blender. They say you can use just water, or if you prefer coconut water. And I have some extra that I need to use up anyway, so I'm gonna use some coconut water and some regular water, probably depending on how much is in here. The coconut water really helps to take some of the bite out of the ginger, because ginger can be pretty zesty. So yeah, that's just helpful for that, but it's something that you don't need to do. It does add a little bit into your expense overall making this. Completely honest with you guys right now, I just tasted this stuff. You've probably seen it in the video. Not good, but I don't think it's supposed to taste good. Like, I think it's supposed to taste bad. It's okay, it's very bearable. The pepper is pretty strong, and I think I might have used too much water. I know, like I wonder if it like should be stronger, which I also added spinach, so I don't know. Because the recipe that I seen, I think made like maybe one of these. But I can just drink a little more if it's a little watered down. I'm not even sure. I did make 2 blenderfuls and she only made 1, but my blender was smaller. So I'm not sure. We're just gonna send it. We're gonna try it and see what happens. But pretty cool stuff. I'm gonna quickly wipe this stuff up here. But very excited because I just went in the fridge to put that juice away and I remembered that last night Mylan brought home sushi, and so I have sushi to eat. So I'm very excited about that. So maybe I'll eat some sushi and get started on the breakfast sandwiches. Sounds good to me. Alright, figured I'd chat with you guys a little bit about how everything turned out. So the green juice, I feel like it did turn out well then, and I didn't take it as consistently as I wish I had. So that's something that I think I'm gonna do it again. But I need to just be more consistent with making sure I take it every morning and getting into the rhythm of that. Also, these breakfast sandwiches, they turned out being kind of a mess. So the sausage patties that I made shrunk so much. I guess I just didn't really think about how much that sausage shrinks when you fry it. So they ended up being too small for a whole sandwich. And so I decided to split the sandwiches in half and just do it that way. It seemed better proportioned somehow. I don't know how that works. And the bagels were actually really, really big. So it ended up being perfect just to do a half of a sandwich, especially because me and Mylan are not big breakfast eaters yet. So I just split them in half, and honestly, they're disappearing very, very fast. They turned out really, really good. You have to make sure that you heat them up with a cup of water because the bagel does get tough. But they're really delicious, and they're almost all. So that's something that I will definitely be doing again, although I might experiment a little bit on the bread. It doesn't always have to be bagel. And here I was just picking the stems off of cherries. I didn't think about it that possibly it might rip the skin, but I didn't have any trouble with them going bad over the last week, so I feel like it went pretty well, and just prepped this sweet corn for a night that we ate it sometime this week. I forget what night we ate it, but yeah. And then here I decided to make some granola. It was such a bummer because I feel like there was a couple problems with it. First of all, I used some walnuts that I think, or pecans, I forget which one they were. Either way, I think they were a little bit old, and it gave the granola kind of a weird taste, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. And I also think that I didn't bake it quite as long as I should have. It wasn't very crunchy. And this is how I have to stack my pans if I have to put multiple in the oven because my oven's so small. But anyways, it's a bummer because it didn't turn out as well as I had hoped. But oh well, it's all right. It helps me learn for next time. So here's a random video of Eddie eating one of my zinnias. He absolutely loves these. I just figured this out recently that he absolutely loves these. They're such a treat for him. So anyways, thanks for following along. See you next week.